I'm going to be going over number 5 from our common assessment, Remembering Gandhi. And so as I look at my PDF, as I look at my test, when I scroll down to number 5 says, the article states he was removed from a train for refusing to leave a whites-only area. The author most likely included this sentence in order to A, show why it was necessary for Indians to carry identification, B, explain why Gandhi left to go to the village of Dandi, C, explain why Gandhi started to work for human and civil rights, D, describe the unfairness that South Africans faced in India. So I'm looking at this question. I'm actually going to go back in the passage to find some information to help me answer this. I can only use my highlighting tool, so I'm also going to tell you to cross off some items on your paper. All right, so when I go back, as I skim and scan, I remember something about this at the beginning. So when I look down at my paper, it's telling me about when he moved to England, law school, yada, yada. Oh, look, here I'm looking at these paragraphs. I'm going to start here and start to look over this paragraph. I'm highlighting it so you know where I'm starting. So look at your paper. It's the the fourth paragraph down. Excuse me, the third paragraph down. It says, at that time, parts of South Africa were ruled by the British Empire. There were more black people than whites in South Africa. Still, the country was governed by a white minority. Many Indian citizens had migrated to South Africa in the late 1800s. They worked as indentured servants. Conditions were not good for the Indians. They were often subject to discrimination. Soon after arriving in South Africa, Gandhi experienced discrimination. So he experienced discrimination. That sounds like something I might have to look at for my question, so I'm going to highlight that. He was removed from a train for refusing to leave the whites-only area. So this is what my question's asking me about the whites-only area. After that experience, Gandhi was determined to fight for human and civil rights for Indians and other people in South Africa. Okay, so it tells me that after he was in South Africa and after he was removed from a train for refusing to leave the whites-only section, he was determined to fight for human and civil rights. So I've reread my passage. I'm going to go back and look at my question. So once again, number 5 says, why was he removed from a train for refusing to leave the whites-only area? A, to show why it was necessary for Indians to carry identification. Those paragraphs told me nothing about that, so I'm going to cross off A right away. Okay, so I'm crossing off A. Now I have B, to explain why he left to go to the village of Dandi. That doesn't say anything about that in those 2 paragraphs I went over. C, to explain why Gandhi started to work for human and civil rights. D, to decrease the unfairness of South Africans face in India. Well, my text tells me word for word when I go back that that's when he decided right here to fight for human and civil rights. So because it tells me that in the passage, the best answer to the question is going to be C. I've already eliminated A and B, so my 2 choices left were C and D, and C is the best answer.